All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Megan from Craft Express, and thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. Very excited to have everyone on here. Before we get started, I just want to get to know you all a little bit so that I know the best way to teach all of you in this 1 hour session. So please, in the comment section, tell me your name, where you're from, and what your knowledge of sublimation is. You can say I'm a beginner. You can say I do on occasion. I'm an expert, whatever it is, just let me know. That way I can best figure out how to educate all of you, and we can go along and make sure that everybody gets the most out of this class. Now, for those of you who have signed up for this class, well, you probably know exactly what it's about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So tonight, we're going to be showing you how to use our Craft Express tumbler press. And we are pressing 3 very different types of drinkware. We're doing a 20-ounce straight skinny tumbler. We're doing a tapered tumbler. And then we're also doing a 15-ounce mug. Now, as I said before, these are 3 very different items, but all of which can be pressed in our Craft Express tumbler and mug press. Okay, so we've got people rolling in here. We've got Bethany, who's a beginner. Barb is a beginner. Mary is a beginner. We've got Tracy, who's a beginner. Lupe, who's a beginner. Ellen is a beginner. And Lana is a beginner with tumblers. So thank you all for letting me know that information. So that helps me because now I'll know to break down a little bit more information about sublimation in general, so that you can get a better understanding of how it all works. So let's get started. First things first, I have an assistant behind the camera. Lori, can you just pull the camera back, this camera here, can you just push it back a little bit for me, please? So that I'm noticing that everyone can see everything they need to. Keep going back, keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. Keep going back, keep going back. Thank you. If you can put that down right there, perfect.
Even because we have something holding up the one end.
Oh, just turn me there a little bit. Perfect. Oop, that side a little more now. All right, perfect. Sorry, I couldn't see myself too well beforehand, but now I can. So now I know exactly what to do. So this is our Craft Express mug and tumbler press. It is available at Michael's. If our friend Carrie can drop a link into the comments, that'd be great. Now, let's go over first just how to set it up. How do we use it? So we have this tumbler press plugged in. We just go ahead and click the button on the side here. That turns our press on. Now, as I said before, these are 3 very different types of drinkware, which means they have to be pressed very differently, both in time, temperature, and in pressure. So the way we adjust our pressure on this press, and I'll pop this up so you all can see, is by turning these knobs right here on the back side. This will allow our heating element, which is what the barrel of this press is called, to constrict and expand, so that when we close our press, it grips our item the proper way. So we are going to get started with our 20-ounce tumbler. This is stainless steel. It is coated with a high-tech polygloss coating, and it is double wall insulated, so it keeps your drink hot or cold for 8+ hours. So if Carrie can drop a link to this too, that'd be great. So that you guys, if you are interested in any of these items or you want to practice what you've learned tonight, you can. So I already have this set preset to the pressure we need for this item. So I'm not going to touch the pressure for this item. However, for the next 2, I'm going to have to. So we are going to take the lid and the straw off of this item. And now we're going to wrap it. So we have a wrap right here. And this is printed with a Sawgrass Printer, an SG500. And what we are going to do is, first we had to mirror this item. So for those of you who are very new to sublimation, which it seems like a lot of you are, we always recommend mirroring your items when you are doing sublimation, specifically anything that's not glass. So basically 99% of sublimation, you are going to mirror that item. That is because we are wrapping this around here, but when we eventually heat it up and take this paper off, it's going to be reflected back at us. This image will reflect back at us on our tumbler. So that is why we are mirroring it now. So let's go ahead and wrap this. And this is what we call a full wrap, which means that every inch of this tumbler is going to be covered by our design. So let's just make sure that everything here is the way that we want it to be. And I think that it is. Okay, so I have my tumbler wrapped up in my paper. The next thing we need to do is tape this paper to our tumbler. Now note, we don't want to tape one end and then another, because that tape will block off part of our design and will leave white patches where our tumbler is blank. So what we're going to do is wrap the tumbler first, then take a piece of tape, stick both pieces of paper together, and then I'm just going to place this piece of tape onto the center inside of our tumbler so that all the paper stays in place and doesn't shift during pressing. What I recommend is taping all the way down your tumbler. Now, some of you might be wondering, what kind of tape do I use? Can I use my normal Scotch tape or duct tape that I have at home? The answer is no. You have to use a special type of tape for sublimation. So this is a heat-resistant tape. You can find it at Craft Express, and Michael's may have it. Carrie, if they do, can you please drop that in as well? But this is a specific tape for being put under high heat. So this tape will not melt. It will withstand the high temperatures that we're putting this tumbler under. So our tumbler is wrapped. It's ready to go. Now we have to make sure that our press is set to what we want it to. So we are doing a stainless steel tumbler. Stainless steel, we generally recommend setting our press to 385 degrees. And that is what our press is set to. So we don't have to worry about that. However, our time is off. We need to set this to 60 seconds. So I'll press my set button and push my arrow down until my time goes down to 60 seconds. So I did set, I pressed my arrow down to 60 seconds. Now I'll click set again. So my press is now set. We are 385 degrees for 65 seconds, for 60 seconds. And you might be wondering, are you really going to be able to get an entire press with one close of this press all the way around this tumbler? And the answer is no. When I put this tumbler in here, a little portion will be exposed. So what we're going to do is press our tumbler for 60 seconds. When that 60 seconds is up, we're going to open it. We're going to adjust our tumbler about 90 degrees, so turn it slightly, and then shut our press again for another 60 seconds. This will ensure that every part of our tumbler is pressed at an even time and temperature. So let's get started. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Write your comments in the comment section. I am very happy to help all of you better understand. If I'm going too fast or if I'm not making sense, please feel free to just type that in there so I can pause and better explain to you what you need to know. So let's go ahead and pop this in here. So 60 seconds at a medium pressure at 385 degrees. And then always make sure, for those of you who are very new to working with heat equipment, to use a heat glove when working with products because they do come out very hot and they will burn you. So this will be ready to flip in about 30 seconds. Then what we'll do when this item is done is we'll move on to our next item. I say, why don't we move on to our tapered tumbler? So you might be wondering, how exactly do you press an item like this? This here is straight. Well, the adjustments on the back will allow you to make one end of the press smaller while the other end is larger, giving you a cone appearance, which falls in line with what this item looks like. Okay, so we're going to pop this open, turn, and now press again. Woo. Okay, so let me pick this up and show you. So it's really hard to tell, but this area right here, the front and back of this heating element isn't meeting 100%. It's a tiny, tiny sliver where you can see the tumbler. That is a tiny, tiny area that isn't being sublimated fully because air is hitting it and it's not getting all the proper heat and pressure that it needs. That's why we rotate the tumbler and close it again so that the part that is exposed when we first closed it gets a chance to be heated when we close it again. So we have about 15 seconds left. Again, feel free to ask any questions. Very happy to help. Okay, let's take this out. Go ahead here and just take this top piece off. And we recommend that you quickly take the tape off of here. And the reason that is because the longer that your image is on, it's still sublimating, which means that you have the potential for it to over sublimate. And when that happens, you run the risk of your colors not coming out properly or your image becoming blurred. So we definitely recommend as soon as you can rip that paper off, go ahead and do it. There we go. So this is our item number 1. So Kelly says, I've never seen this before. Very cool. Thank you, Kelly. It is very cool. It's wild to see an item go from absolutely plain white to being fully decorated with something that you've either made or chosen. It is 100% customizable. So there we go. I'm going to try to rotate this as best I can for you all. As you can see, every inch of this is sublimated. There is no white spot. There's no visible seam. So we've been able to sublimate this entire tumbler, obviously besides the bottom. So I'm going to kind of just set this over here for a second, because it is definitely warm before we go ahead and put our top and our straw back in there. So let's move on to our next item. And this is a tapered tumbler. Again, this is also fully insulated for 8+ hours of temperature control. And this item is a little bit more difficult to press. So okay, someone, I'm not gonna say who because it was a private message, but someone did just ask if I give private lessons. The answer is I don't. However, I do host Facebook Lives every Tuesday night. So I'm actually doing one tonight on our Craft Express Facebook page. They go on Facebook and YouTube Live, that's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I do the same project on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time on TikTok and Instagram. And then there's also, I'll let you know, there's also a woman called Lori Donovan, who is an expert in sublimation. And she does classes like this as well. If you just send me a message, I'll give you her information too. So there's a lot of different ways to learn. So here's what I'm doing. So I have my tapered tumbler. As you can see, I've already started to adjust my press so that this one end down here is thinner than this top end up here. And what I'm going to be able to do is slide this in so that the bottom part where my tumbler is thinner is going to be gripped, and my top part where my tumbler is larger will also be able to be gripped. So let's go ahead and make these changes. And normally I highly recommend doing this change and putting your tumbler in and testing your pressure when your press is off. However, because I'm doing 3 different items in a row, I don't really have time in an hour to shut my press off, wait for it to cool down, then do a project, then shut it off, and then do another project. So I am going to be doing my adjustments while my press is warm. But keep in mind, I don't recommend doing that. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. So let's see if I have the pressure that I need here. So I need to loosen this just a little bit more. And you have to really play with it because this does go tapered. However, it takes some adjusting because these 2 pieces are attached to one straight piece. So you kind of have to loosen one and tighten another, and loosen one and tighten the other, and kind of have those two ends jive with one another in order to get that to work. So my press is set to where I want it to be. You can see how this section right here is very slanted. So my press is set. And I said before, I recommend doing that pressure setting when your press is off. And here's the reason why. This is hot now. After this, even just for a few seconds, sitting in that press, this tumbler became very hot. So now I have to wait for it to cool down a little bit. And here's the reason why. For those of you who are unfamiliar with sublimation, I'm going to give you a little bit of a science lesson. And bear with me, I know science can be boring to some people, but this is important. So, sublimation occurs when sublimation ink, which is this design right here, when sublimation ink is met with the proper time, temperature, and pressure against a polyester coated item. So this tumbler is coated in polymers. Why polymers? Why polyester and not cotton or really any other item? The reason why polyester is important is because the polymers in that material open up like a flower. And this item, this ink here, will go from this solid phase to a gas. It's going to skip the liquid phase and go right from a solid to a gas. As that ink is gassing, it's going to rush into the polymers, and the polymers are going to catch that ink. When that heat is taken away, those polymers will shut and they'll trap the ink inside. That is why a polyester coated item that's been sublimated, you can wash it, you can drop it, you can scratch it. That design will never come off. We joke around and we actually say the design will actually probably outlast the item. You'll probably end up breaking your item before you could ever get your design off. So that is how sublimation works, which means that while this tumbler is still warm, once this piece of paper gets put on there, it's going to start converting that ink into a gas, which means that the polymers are going to start trapping it. And some of this design, though a very small amount of it, will begin to transfer and sublimate. And you have the possibility, if that design shifts at all, that you'll see your final product and a little shadow behind it or to the side of it that looks like your design, but a very faint version. That's what we call ghosting. And we don't want that to happen. We want a very clean transfer. So that's why I recommend you wait till this is cool and then you put your design on there. And by the way, it is cool now, so we can go ahead and start pressing. And I know that was a lot to take in. That science behind it can be a little confusing and it can be a little intimidating. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but also our friend Carrie over at Michael's has put in the comments that if you miss anything, you can revisit anything that we've taught you here today, and the recorded version of this, which will be on YouTube within the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you're sitting at home tomorrow or the day after going, I can't remember anything that blonde girl said from Craft Express, you can head over to the recording of this on YouTube and rewatch. Someone said I'm doing a great job explaining all of this. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and tape this down. And just like our last design, this one is also mirrored. So I think that we are good to go here. What you need to be most cognizant of when doing this is making sure that your entire design is in the press because part of this will stick out. So let me just make sure that I'm going to be fully in the press. There we go. Oh, so I made a little bit of a mistake here. That's okay, we learn from our mistakes. So this also is pressed at 385 degrees. But because I have no need to rotate this tumbler, I actually should have set the time to 120 seconds. This press is still currently set to 60 seconds, but it's not a big deal. We're not going to cry about it because when this timer goes off, I'm just going to quickly open it and shut it back down again and let it press. But generally speaking, if you're doing a stainless steel tumbler of any size or a stainless steel mug, and you're not doing the entire item, only one side, all you have to do is stick it in the press at 385 degrees for 120 seconds. So this is going to be done in 5 seconds. There we go. I don't want to jostle it. There we go. I don't want to jostle it too much. Okay, so that was really quick. Open and close. So another 60 seconds. Now, we've done 2 stainless steel items. 385 for 60 seconds, then rotate it and do another 60 seconds. So this is stainless steel item number 1. Stainless steel item number 2, 385 degrees. Since the design is only on one side, we are doing 120 seconds. This is a ceramic mug. Way different. The press amount of time and temperature are higher. That is because this is a much thicker item. And this is a heat conductor item, but doesn't conduct heat as quickly as stainless steel. You can even see here, yes, this is temperature controlled. for 8+ hours, and that is certified. It's a great item, but it's much thinner than this one. Oh, please. So I think that you guys might be, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you guys were mirrored on me. This actually is the right way, but it says, pour some pumpkin on me, come on, spice me up. So very fall. So that is our tapered stainless steel temperature controlled, woo, that's hot, latte tumbler. Again, always use one of these. This is hot. And I'll hold this up again after I'm done with the ceramic mug. But let's move on to the ceramic mug. So again, this is a thick item. This is a heavy item too. 15-ounce ceramic mug. It's got that high-tech polygloss coating on it. So what we need to do here is loosen this press up, because as I just showed you, yes, this is 15 ounce and this is 20 ounces. However, this is tall. That's why it gets that 20 ounces. This is a short item, which means that for 15 ounces, it's going to be a wide mouth item. So we need to make sure that our press is loose enough and wide enough in the heating element so that it can fit this mug in it. So I'm loosening this up big time. As you can see here, my hands are working a mile a minute, and I am making sure that this is wide enough to take this mug. Again, I recommend doing this part when your press is off. So do as I say, not as I do. So we're going to slide this in the side here. And we definitely need to loosen this up a little bit more. So that's rule number one. We're going to loosen this up more. Another thing to consider is make sure when you are pressing this item that you be really cognizant of where you place the handle. You don't want this handle too close to one side of this heating element or the other, because between the pressure and the heat, there is the possibility that that handle will break. How do I know? Well, it's potentially happened before. I don't know. So you want to make sure that you kind of keep your handle centered when pressing. Okay, and I think we are good there. So we're going to let this cool down. While we do that, we are going to reset our press. So we are going to set this at 390 degrees. For 240 seconds. Yeah, a long way to go. We're just going to climb. My wonderful assistant behind the camera, Lori, I have my phone charger, my laptop charger over there, plugged in right on the table. Can you grab that for me, please? Perfect. Thank you. I'll take both of it. Thank you. The laptop's going to die, and that will be a problem. Perfect. Just in the nick of time. Okay, so we are all set. 390, 240, let's go. But let's make sure this is cooler to the touch, but not as cold as we want it to be. And if you couldn't tell, we are doing fall / Halloween designs. This one is a bunch of ghosts. And it says, "Let's go, ghouls." Cute, right? So I'm so sorry that I'm mirrored. I didn't realize that it was going to be mirrored on you guys. But it is a little bit warm still. Let's get my tape all ready. And this is the last item that we're creating tonight. So again, have any questions, let me know. And it doesn't even have to be about these items. Not to toot my own horn, but I am an expert in sublimation. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. And I am an expert in our products, both the machines and the blanks and Sawgrass printers. So there's a really good chance I'm going to know the answer to your question. And if I don't, I've got another expert behind the camera who can also help me. So we got you covered. Oh, Bethany says I'm not mirrored. Okay, cool. Because from my view, it looks like I am, but thank you for clarifying that because I felt really dumb. Okay, so this is pretty much good to go. So let's go ahead and tape this on. All right. I'm going to tape it down on both sides here so that it's fully covered. All right, it's nice and close to my item, taped up very well. Okay, 390 degrees for 240 seconds. You know what that means? We have a lot of time together of me not being able to show you anything. So those questions, this is like a perfect time for that. So Mary has a great question. So it looks like you need to make sure there are no air bubbles when taping, correct? And yeah, that's correct. So basically you want to make sure that your piece of paper is as tight and flat as you can get it against your item. So smoothing out that tape and making sure that it's very tight, it is part of that process. So yes, if you can avoid air bubbles, we highly recommend that. What else we got here? So let me pose a question to you all then. If you're not going to ask me questions, I'm going to ask you questions. I want to know, since you are watching this, it seems like you are interested in sublimation. What sublimation-wise are you interested in? Are you interested in making mugs and tumblers or flat items? Because we're going to be doing more of these. So I want to get a feel for what you're all interested in so that we can tailor our future classes to what will best help all of you. So Kelly said hand wash and dishwasher safe. So they are dishwasher safe, some items, the mug, top rack, dishwasher safe, and microwave safe. These tumblers, since they are double wall insulated and temperature controlled, we recommend hand washing them so that you can preserve that double wall insulation. And I would not put this in the microwave. So Mary said, I love that this machine can accommodate all these different size items. Yes, and just so you know, Mary, you can also do 30-ounce tumblers in here as well. So basically you can do anywhere from 11-ounce mugs to 30-ounce tumblers without any extra help. And then if you want to do items that are smaller than that, we do have silicone wraps. So you can do like 10-ounce mugs. And those silicone wraps, what they do is they conduct heat, but they also make it so that your heat press and your item have a little help touching each other and radiating that heat through from your heat press to your item. So let's see, we've got Bethany who says she's mostly interested in doing mugs. She's done some infusible ink on t-shirts. We've got someone saying t-shirts and bags. Lana says t-shirts. Okay, this is great. So we currently don't have t-shirts, but we have other cloth flat items like bags and backpacks and pillowcases, blankets. So maybe I'll tailor our next live to more flatware or flat type items so that you can at least get a feel for how to properly sublimate polyester fabrics. And we not only have regular linen flat items, we also have shimmer and sequins, which are way different to sublimate as well. So Anita's got a great question. How do you do the designs? Some designs I do myself, but for the most part, because I'm very busy getting all this stuff together, I purchase my designs. So all of these designs you see here were purchased from Design Bundles, a fantastic design site. Independent artists put their designs on there for very affordable prices, and they have licensing agreement. Oh wow, that was quick. Oh, that was quick. So long story short, I bought these from Design Bundles. Love it. I'm sorry, every time I look at one, every time I make something, I just get like so giddy when it comes out looking good, even though I do this literally every day of my life. So this says, "Let's go ghouls." And again, this was cooked for 240 seconds at 390 degrees. Mary said, "Do we carry mouse pads that are sublimatable?" We do not currently. Kelly wants to know what type of printer and ink I use. So we use Sawgrass printers and inks. So we printed all of these with the SG500 using Sublijet UHD inks, which I believe are also available at michaels.com. I don't know if Carrie is able to drop a link to that as well, but we use their printers and inks. And if you have any Sawgrass questions, please let me know. I'm a former Sawgrass employee, so I know a lot about their machines. And before I go and re-show you all of our products, the most important thing you're going to learn tonight, how to turn your heat press off. Because though making items is super fun, maintaining the place that we live is even more fun. So right here, click it off. Little green button on the side, that'll shut your press right off. So we are good to go. Now, let's go ahead and review everything that we've made. So first things first, we made this 20-ounce stainless steel, double-walled, insulated for 8+ hours of temperature control tumbler, 20-ounce tumbler. We did a full wrap on this. We put this in our press at 385 degrees. We pressed it for 60 seconds, popped it open, rotated our tumbler, and then pressed it again for another 60 seconds. And this also comes with a metal straw and a lid that you can open and close. Then we went ahead and did our tapered latte tumbler. We pressed this at 385 degrees for 120 seconds. And we went ahead and we adjusted the back side of our press so that it was a cone shape so that we could easily press this without any issue. And this comes with a removable lid that has a little drinking area to it. And then last but not least, we did a 15-ounce ceramic mug. We pressed this at 390 degrees for 240 seconds. And we had to really loosen up our press in order to press this item. So all three of these, along with this press, are all available at michaels.com, along with the Sawgrass SG500 printer. That is what we used for everything. And that is how you use the Craft Express mug and tumbler press. And that is how you press a 20-ounce stainless steel tumbler, a 16-ounce stainless steel latte tumbler, and a 15-ounce ceramic mug. 3 very different types of drinkware items, all pressed in one press. So we have about 15 minutes left. If there are any questions, please let me know. So Kelly said, great job, Megan. I learned some new things. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. So someone asked, other than being straight, is there a special way to position the design on the mug? So not really. So definitely straight, make sure it's centered to the area you want it to be. Some people do full wraps on mugs, and I say it in quotations because you'll never truly get a full wrap on a mug. Obviously there's a handle, so that's like number one. You can't get it all the way around the way you can this, but you're always going to have some white here and here. So basically this area is always going to be white because it's pretty much impossible to press that because of the handle. So I guess my advice for sublimating on a mug, trying to do a full wrap, would be to be cognizant of what your design is and if it will look good with a hard stop at the handle where it goes from a color to white. Let's see, Bethany said thank you. Thank you for attending, Bethany. Mary said, take it from a teacher. You have done an amazing job. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Kelly has a great question. She said, can you put other items in this press besides mugs and tumblers? And the answer is, well, kind of. It's all for drinkware. Let me put that out there. This is 100% for drinkware, but there are different types of drinkware. So you can put a glass mason jar in here. You can put a stainless steel mason jar in here. You can put a low ball stainless steel tumbler. It's a low ball. You can put, let's see, what else? A stainless steel wine glass in here. So just think drinkware. You can put different types of drinkware in here in some capacity. So it's made for that. That's what you can do. Oh, Lana has a fantastic question. She said, does the mug or tumbler need to be white? And the answer is, when it comes to sublimation, we recommend a white or light colored 100% polyester item. That is because it is impossible to sublimate the color white. Your printer will print in CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, and they'll use those 3 colors to make other colors. Those 4 colors to make other colors. Those 4 colors cannot make the color white. So if you have any white in your design, like, we do here, we have some of that up here, we've got some white here, some, white areas around here, white. Those are only white because the design is printed with that area being blank. So it sublimates, the design sublimates around that blank area. So any white you see on any sublimation design is taking on the white background of your mug or tumbler. If you were to have, say, a light pink, any area of your design that was supposed to be white would actually come out light pink. So we always recommend white or light colored and 100% polyester. And that is because the more polyester you have in your design, the more bright and vibrant and bold your design will come out. The more polyester you have in your blank item, the more bright and bold and vibrant your design will come out. The less polyester you have, the less ink is being gripped onto your item. So if you have, say, a 60% polyester and 40% cotton t-shirt that you're trying to sublimate on, only 60% of your ink will end up on that t-shirt because the cotton can't grab it, only polyester can. So be cognizant of that when you are purchasing items for sublimation. You cannot sublimate on cotton. There are workarounds, but true sublimation cannot be done on cotton. So white or light colored and 100% polyester, I would never go lower than 60% polyester. You can go 50-50, you're going to get, the less polyester you have, the more of a washed out retro look you'll have. Sometimes that's great, sometimes you want that, most people don't. So 100% polyester, white or light colored is what we recommend. Let's see. So Mary has a great question. I suppose the press does not accommodate round items. And the answer is no, it really doesn't. You kind of need some sort of flat surface at some point for it to sublimate on. But you can purchase attachments that are slightly more rounded for this press that'll help you sublimate a rounder item. Or you can use an oven. I believe we sell ovens at Michael's. Right now we're sold out, like fully sold out of ovens. We're not getting any more in until after Thanksgiving. But if you want to sublimate a round item, I would suggest the oven. So another great question, how can you sublimate glass when it's not made from polymer? So technically in the wild, none of these items are made from a polymer. These are specialty sublimation items. So the glass, these tumblers, this mug, they're all coated in polymers. That's why you can't just run down to Target and just try to grab a blank mug and try to sublimate on it. It's probably not going to work because it's probably not coated in polymers. That is why you need items that are from a dealer or from a Michael's who use us as a dealer. And our items that we sell through Michael's are coated in polymers. They're coated in polyester. That includes the glass. So as long as the item is coated in polyester, you can sublimate on it. So I hope that answers your question. So all of the items, all the blank items that we sell through Michael's are coated in polymer. They're coated for sublimation. So you can feel free to sublimate on any of those glass items that we offer. What else? We had some really great questions at the end here. So if anyone has any other questions, please feel free to ask. I'll give you guys all just a second. So someone said more classes like this, please. Absolutely, we are working out a way that we can do more classes like this through Michael's. So we're hoping to do this much more often. Mary with another great question. Have you ever done sublimation on a plate? So personally, I haven't had the opportunity to because it requires a special press or a special press attachment in order to do it. And I have never had the pleasure of being able to work with that type of equipment. So I have not done sublimation on a plate. However, it is possible with, like I said, a press or an attachment that's made for plates, and obviously a plate that is coated in polyester. So Mary said, when I do, please offer a class. Okay, if we're able to, whenever that happens, I got you, girl. But I'm thinking probably the next class, what we'll go ahead and do is I'll show you how to sublimate on flat items. I'll bring out some tote bags, some pillowcases, some cosmetic bags, and show you the proper way to sublimate on those, because it is a little bit more involved than you think. You're not just plopping a heat press down on the item. It's a little bit different from, say, vinyl. So that will be the next class I offer. I'm going to work with Michael's to see when we're able to schedule that class. Hopefully before the holidays. If not, it'll be after the holidays, but we will make sure to keep you guys posted. In the meantime, if you want to learn some more, you can follow us on all social media platforms. So we are Craft Express. That's Craft Express on Facebook, Craft Express US on Instagram, Craft_Express on TikTok, and Craft Express on YouTube. Once again, Craft Express, just Craft Express on Facebook and YouTube, Craft Express US on Instagram, Craft_Express on TikTok. And thank you so much. Carrie has kind of put our tags on there. So thank you, Carrie, for putting that in the chat. So every Tuesday night, that includes tonight, at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I go live with tutorials. So tonight we are doing a cutting board, apron, a 15-ounce mug, and a camp mug. We're going to make a kind of like a hot cocoa charcuterie board. So that is tonight. And then I normally do it again on Wednesday nights. I'm unable to do it tomorrow night, but moving forward, tutorials every Tuesday and Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights for Facebook and YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday nights for TikTok and Instagram. It's a lot to remember. And then if you go onto our YouTube page, we have tutorial videos on a lot of our products. Not all of them, because we have a ton, but we have tutorials on some of our most popular products, tutorials for all of our presses. And generally speaking, if I have, say, a tutorial for a stainless steel tumbler, those time, temperature, and settings are going to work for any stainless steel item. So just keep that in mind. So there's a lot of ways you can learn. So please feel free to give us a follow. Again, I'm going to see when I can come back with Michael's to do another class. And I thank you all so much for joining us. So with that, Carrie, I'll let you take over and let everybody get back to having a wonderful Tuesday night.
Thank you all for being here. Goodbye.